This is a video that's going to show you how you can use the Jefferson County Public Library databases to retrieve quality information for your inquiry report. So I'm going to assume that you have already used these links here and that you already have a Jefferson County library. And if you're a BOCES student, just know that the process will be very similar for whatever database you use, whether it's your local library or the Jeffco libraries. And you certainly are able to do that even if you're working at a greater distance. So you're going to begin by clicking on the databases here. This is the Research A to Z databases. And it's going to come up with a page that looks something like this. And you'll note that at the top of the page, you've got your kind of navigation bar here. This is all under research because the assumption is you're doing some serious looking into some type of topic. So they're organized in two ways. One is alphabetically. All of the databases that they have are organized alphabetically, and then also by subject. So if you're really interested in genealogy, you really don't want a whole bunch of databases on medical issues or political issues. You're going to use something specific to your topic. If you've got a medical topic, you can certainly use these. You might take note and kind of browse through here. There's some kind of cool stuff in here. There's a jobs database. As we get closer to the summer, you may want to know about that. There's some help preparing for tests if you plan on taking the GED at some point. I know a couple of you are thinking of that. This would be a good place to get some help. So there's some different options. I believe it was under education that there is an option of ACT prep. So there's some neat stuff in here that you should definitely check out. But anyway, I'm going to start with the one that is considered the most prominent for academic research, and that is this Academic Search Premier. And so I'm going to click on this, and it's going to ask me for my library login. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I will log into it. Again, I have to have a library card for this to work, but it's going to then show me EBSCO host. And that is, again, a pretty prominent search. You can do a basic search, you can do an advanced search. And you can search by certain search terms or the Boolean data. And there's some information in this unit on using Boolean searches, where you basically are telling it, not this, but I want this, or I want this and this to avoid certain things. And you can see that you can limit your results by full text. You can get certain publications, like if you have a certain medical journal that you're looking for, you could look for that. You can give it a certain number of pages. Published date. If you've got a really timely topic, you're going to want to get the most recent information, and you can put a date range in here. And you can get different types of publications: books, newspapers, primary sources, educational reports. You can end up with some different graphics with it. And remember, for an inquiry report, you're going to have some of the text features like charts and diagrams and graphs. So you may want to pull some of those things up so that you can see how other people have done them. So I am just going to assume that I'm researching a topic called online education, something that is important to me, obviously. So I'm just going to start with the phrase online education. And as you can see here, there's a lot of different places I can go with it. I will note that in some cases, if I put in online education, it might come up with online gaming or something. So in a database, that's less likely, but online might need to be in quotation marks to get something really good. Obviously, I've got quite a few hits, so I'm going to want to narrow this down a little bit. So, and my interest as a teacher is going to be online education, and I'd like to compare it to traditional education. So I'm going to look at these options here. I'm down to about 42 different options. So as I'm scrolling through, I have a number of different options to choose from. I am going to take a look at, let's take a look at the comparison between paper-based and online learning for starters. And you can see that there are some references here, the full text here, the PDF that you can download and I'm going to ask you to turn in your research. So you may want to choose things that you can actually download a physical copy of instead of something that's strictly web-based. But there are some things that you can look at here. A lot of times you can find that full text online. So, oh, actually this looks really good too. So let me take a look at this. I'm going to click on this here. And it says the title is held locally. I would probably need to get in touch with my library about finding that. Let's see, I'm going to just for fun here. I click on that and it would have it here. I would probably want to contact a librarian if I were really, really interested in this particular source. So let me just go back to my result list and take a look at this one here. A comparison of these two types of learning. And gives some of the information here. It gives an abstract, and an abstract is like a summary of what the research is about. And then I'm going to come down to, go over here to where it has the full text, and I can click on this. I can click on my PDF, and voila, there is my research that I can download. And you can see that this comes from a British Journal of Educational Technology. That's going to give you certain bias, but it is definitely a reputable source. I do want to point out how you can get the citation information. You are going to be doing an MLA works cited list for your paper, and databases actually make it really easy to get that. So over here on this side, you'll see a number of different options for what you can do with your database information, including email it to yourself, print it, add it to a folder of collections of things you can collect. But one of the options here is Cite. And the citation is the MLA formatted list of what this information is and where it came from. Now there are a number of different styles. APA is much more common in certain types of learning than in others. Chicago Turabian, we are using MLA. That's generally the formatting guide used at the high school level and at some at the college level too. So if I want to have my works cited entry, it's right here. All I have to do is highlight that, copy that, and put it into a Word document. And that's going to save you a lot of time later of having to go back and get some information. When you upload your sources to me, this is what I would prefer to have. You can also look for the link, but this will definitely give me the full text citation that I would need. You could also try clicking on this here, and if you get this full long thing here, it's not necessarily going to get me back to your database article. So it's best just to give me this citation here so that I can get the information and actually find what you looked at. So that's about it. Again, and you're going to want to mess around in this and just kind of just try some different things. I can get back to my library. I can navigate around in different ways. But you're going to start with research, and you're going to start with your databases. They're down here on the bottom. So again, just kind of take some time for this. Learn your way around them. They're all a little bit different. And use those to find at least 2 of your sources for your paper. Talk to me if you have any questions, and good luck and have fun exploring.